Hello, my name is Kevin Richardson, and this is my channel where I will be doing a series called A Chapter a Day to Keep the Devil at Bay, where I'll be reading from 3 different versions of the Bible, the same chapter, 3 times. I'll be reading from the King James Version, the New International Version, and the New Living Translation. I was inspired to do this because Bible Time with Melanie Mack encouraged us to read the Bible every day, to read at least 1 chapter a day. And then there were a bunch of different people in her comment section on a regular basis telling her that the only version of the Bible that's appropriate for anybody to read is the King James Version. And they sit there and try to attack her for the fact that she chose to read from the New Living Translation and from the ESV. So I decided that I would read King James Version as well as New International Version and the New Living Translation, so that we could see which one really is the superior version for the modern audience. And give you a hint. It's not the King James Version. At least not in my opinion. And that's not just because of the fact that I have a mild lisp and all these THs really bug me. It's because the language used in King James Version is so redundant at times. I mean, I could have swore that Genesis chapter 1 verse 29 had a typo in it. But come find out, that's just how they phrased it back then. You'll see what I mean whenever I get to it. But anyhow, I'm about to go ahead and start reading. The first book of Moses, called Genesis, chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and in the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters that were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and a fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the sea, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have a dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Here's 29. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. That's it for chapter 1 in the King James Version. See what I mean? Verse 29. Seems like that would be a typo, but yeah. It is good to be able to have the King James Version, because we can be able to check back the different versions that come along as they're made, and be able to keep it for posterity's sake. Be able to make sure that they stay true to the original as best as we could be able to have them. But I mean, there is new discoveries made of older manuscripts that don't have some of the things in them that were in the King James Version that were available at that time, and so they've been excluded from newer translations because of the fact they want it to be more in line with the original text that was available at the time, not anything that was added to it years later, which King James Version has a few things, and a few examples I'll be able to give as I come to them. Anyhow, the New International Version, chapter 1, Genesis, the beginning. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty, darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, Let there be light. And there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. And God said, Let there be an expanse between the waters, to separate water from water. So God made the expanse, and separated the water above the expanse from the water above. Separated the water under the expanse from the water above it. And it was so. God called the expanse sky. And there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. And God said, Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear. It was so. God called the dry ground land, and gathered waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants, and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds. And it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kind. And God saw that it was good, and there was evening, and there was morning, the third day. And God said, Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate the sky from the night, and let there Let them serve as signs to mark seasons and days and years, and let them be lights in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth. And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fourth day. And God said, "Let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the sky." So God created the great creatures of the sea, and every living and moving thing with which the water teems, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water and the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth." And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. And God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, livestock, creatures that move along the ground, and wild animals, each according to its kind." And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kind, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image and in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created man in his own image, and in the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, and over every living creature that moves on the ground." Then God said, "I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food, and to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds of the air, and all the creatures that move on the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it. I give every green plant for food." And it was so. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. And that's it for chapter 1 of the New International Version of Genesis. And now, chapter 1 of the New Living Translation of Genesis. The account of creation. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep waters, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. Then he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness night. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the first day. Then God said, "Let there be a space between the waters to separate the waters of the heavens from the waters of the earth." And that it is what happened. God made this space to separate the waters of the earth from the waters of the heavens. God called the space sky. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the second day. Then God said, "Let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place, so dry ground may appear." And that is what happened. God called the dry ground land, and the waters seas, and God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land sprout with vegetation, every sort of seed-bearing plant, and trees that grow seed-bearing fruit. These seeds will then produce the kinds of plants and trees from which they came." And that is what happened. The land produced vegetation, all sorts of seed-bearing plants and trees with seed-bearing fruit. Their seeds produced plants and trees of the same kind, and God saw that it was good. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the third day. Then God said, "Let lights appear in the sky to separate the night from the day. Let them be signs to mark the seasons, days, and years. Let these lights in the sky shine down on the earth." And that is what happened. God made two great lights, the larger one to govern the day, and the smaller one to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set these lights in the sky to light the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the fourth day. Then God said, "Let the waters swarm with fish and other life. Let the skies be filled with birds of every kind." So God created great sea creatures, and every living thing that scurries and swarms in the water, and every sort of bird, each producing offspring of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply. Let the fish fill the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the fifth day. Then God said, Let the earth produce every sort of animal, each producing offspring of the same kind, livestock, small animals that scurry along the ground, and wild animals. And that is what happened. God made all sorts of wild animals, livestock, and small animals, each able to produce offspring of the same kind, and God saw that it was good. Then God said, Let us make human beings in our image to be like us. They will reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, the livestock, all the wild animals on the earth, and the small animals that scurry along the ground. So God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them. Then God blessed them and said, Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and govern it. Reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, and all the animals that scurry along the ground. Then God said, Look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant throughout the earth, and all the fruit trees for your food. And I have given every green plant as food for all the wild animals, the birds in the sky, and the small animals that scurry along the ground, everything that has life. And that is what happened. Then God looked over all that he had made, and he saw that it was very good. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the sixth day. And there you have it for Genesis chapter 1 of the New Living Translation. And a lot of people argue either evolution or creationism. If you look at the order of creation that's outlined in Genesis, then you'll see that it's the same order as what science says that plants and animals evolved. And my opinion's always been that why couldn't God have created everything by means of evolution? I mean, what's a more perfect creation than one that will adapt and change over time as the planet changes over time? But I mean, what's more interesting than that is that Moses was able to write out the order of creation and it be the same as what animals, plants, and everything else appeared on the earth, in spite of the fact that he wasn't an archaeologist. He didn't go to college to study this or anything like that. God inspired him to write these books, the Pentateuch or whatever they call it, the first 5 books of the Bible. It's the only place that he could have gotten the knowledge that he had to be able to have written what all he wrote. Yeah. I just wanted to bring that up as a point and everything, that if anyone has any prayer requests or anything, leave them in the comment section and I'll be sure to pray for you. And anyone else that might happen to see your prayer request, they can pray for you as well. And make sure that y'all go sometime to check out Bible Time with Melanie Mack here on YouTube. And maybe she could do a better job of convincing you if I haven't convinced you, if I'm not able to convince you to follow God. Because that's the most important thing, is that we follow God, that we follow by the morals and the laws of God that is set forth in the Bible, that we have faith that Jesus Christ is a Savior, and that he lived and died for us, and that way we could be saved as well, that we might have eternal life. And stick with me as I do this, the chapter a day to keep the devil at bay. It's going to be 1,189 installments, one for each chapter of the Bible. Some are going to be short. There's one that's going to be really long, Psalms 119. That's going to be fun. But it's going to be 3 years, 3 months, and probably 3 days, whenever it's all said and done. From this point, however, I'm going to be reading Revelation chapter 22. And I look forward to that, and I look forward to as many people as possible watching these videos and possibly learning something from it in the process, so that they could be able to have stronger faith in God and a better knowledge of the laws of God and understanding of the different covenants that still persist and the ones that were done away whenever Jesus Christ died on the cross and other such things, so they can be able to have a better understanding and be less judgmental of other people. And anyhow, I hope everyone has a great day. I'll see y'all on the next episode. Y'all have a good one.